Summer happy, summer sad. Whoa, yeah, let the music play. Welcome everybody to week 7 of the Indy Fantasy Football League with a great special guest host, Lemonade Langley. But we are not in the Indy Quest studios tonight. Where are we tonight?
Tonight we're in the very humble home studio of the Assassin.
The Assassin? What's a Assassin?
Well, the Assassin is the apex predator on base. You see, I will kill it. The musical notes, they're like wounded gazelles trying to cross my river.
That's fast, because a gazelle, boy, they can jump.
Enough about the music though. Let's get down to business and talk about last week's matchup of the week. Steeler Mac 1, Coach Jason Johnson, versus It's Miller Time, coached by David Cole. And David Cole was able to pull off a stunning 2-point victory.
2-point victory, that's really got to be tough on two-time former Indy Quest champion Jason Johnson, Steeler Mac 1. I mean, that's just devastating when you let your little nephew pick you up by the ankles and shake you dry for 2 points.
Man, and you know what it really came down to, it appears, is that Jason had Alshon Jeffrey on the bench with 27 points. That had to hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough coach's decision to let him sit on the bench for 27. And the Jaguars defense, I think 3 points, that's even tougher for a 6th-round draft pick.
You heard it right there. And by the way, folks, just a reminder, Saturday, August 24th, 2019 is draft day for next year.
What was that date?
That would be a Saturday, August 24th, 2019.
Plenty of time, guys. No reason not to be here.
Well, now getting down to this week here, obviously an epic week. What, we're in week 7 now?
Week 7, and all guest hosts, just so Larry knows, all guest hosts on predictions are like 7 and 23.
Whew, that's bad.
And the commissioner, believe it or not, is a perfect 30-0.
30-0.
30-0.
Man, I would say he's off to having one hell of a. Did you see that?
What?
I think that was Tyreek Hill running by there. God damn it, kids.
It couldn't have been because you wouldn't even see Tyreek Hill.
Man, oh man. Well, let's get down to business here. First matchup, we got It versus Steeler Mac 1. That's Coach Langley against Coach Johnson. What's going to happen?
Well, It is currently on a 2-game winning streak. His team is riding high. A lot of players on his bye, and Steeler Mac 1 still reeling from a 2-point defeat. You know, if he's gonna, if you're gonna play It this week, it's the week to do it. No pun intended on the It, but because he's got everybody on a bye. But I think he rides it hard. It is my choice.
Well, I think it's going to be a great game. I do like the fact that It is on a 2-game win streak, and obviously Jason coming off that loss. I just don't see him recover this week. I think Coach Langley is going to come through with the victory. We're going to go ahead and go with It. And that does bring us to the second matchup here. We have the Commissioner's team, Bare Knuckles, going up against Green Rosheen.
Rosheen?
They said Rosheen.
Did you say Rosheen?
Rosheen?
Rosheen.
Green Rosheen. Anyways, interdivisional play, man. This week, it really counts. This could make or break several teams, and it is definitely no different with this game here. It's a pretty easy call for me, though. You know, Bare Knuckles 5-1, leading the league. It's the Commissioner's team. It's kind of hard to pick against them, so we're going to go with Bare Knuckles on this one.
And as stated in previous weeks, the guest hosts just keep getting better. Their predictions, they're only 7 wins. They got, 5 picking the Commissioner, I'm sure. But yeah, you know my theory. Never ever go against your own team. So Bare Knuckles.
You heard it there, Bare Knuckles. And that brings us to our next matchup, Pig Skin Pimps versus the Lang Gang. And keeping in mind, last week, Johnny Langley got his first victory. Got that one out of the way. Good job, everybody.
Oh, well, you know what, Lang Gang? It's no longer the Lang Gang. He's done his work. He's trying, making moves, trading for Connor. And here he is. Look, Bell's been out, Hill's been hurt, AJ Gray, he's gone through some tough times, but you know what? I think the Lang. No. I think you got a little more tough times. I think I got to go to the Pimps here. Sorry, he's been scoring like a mother.
Well, you heard it right there that he's calling for the pigskin Pimps, and we do know that Coach Shoe Dog is a savvy and wily veteran. I am looking for a very close match here. I'm going to go ahead and pick an upset, however. I'm going to go with Johnny on a roll, got his first victory. I'm going to go with Lang Gang winning the match by 1 or 2 points.
Ooh, nice.
And bringing us to our next matchup, Fubar Morgan versus Go Boilers. And Go Boilers 4-2, leading their division, defending champion. They really appear to be a formidable force again this year.
Yeah, he's on top of the division, 4-2, and you know what? He likes to be the underdog. So he says, but you're not going to be the underdog this week. I think your team's just too strong, even though he had the audacity, I think a couple weeks ago, to sit Mahomes and Hunt on the bench. You never sit your studs, ever. Never. But you know what? They're playing this week, boys. He had a tough loss last week. Devastating loss. I don't know who he played. But I'm going Go Boilers this week.
Commissioner, go with Go Boilers. Well, Fubar Morgan, Coach David Morgan, great friend, man. Grew up together. Awesome guy. Been through thick and thin together. And, really, always would like to stick with him. But it is just hard to go against Go Boilers at this point with the 4-2 record, leading the division, defending champion. So we're going to have to go with Go Boilers on this one. And that brings us now to the game of the week. It's Miller time versus fourth quarter. You got David Cole going up there against his father, Keithy Wayne.
Well, it's Miller time. Does have the second fewest scored points in the league. But that 4-2 record just proves head-to-head. You have the right matchup, right week, you can do it. But I really don't think it's happening this week. I think Daddy's going to show him who Daddy is, and he's going to smack that ass, boy. Smack that ass. I'm going fourth quarter all the way.
Well, once again, I do foresee a great matchup here. This one also will be a very close game. And, I think David Cole came away with a great victory over Uncle Jason last week, but it will not be the same this week. His father, Keithy Wayne, going to put the smack down on that. So we're going to go with fourth quarter. And that brings us to the next point at the midpoint of the season, at least in my opinion. Now is the time to trade. Make that move for the championship. Bye weeks are in effect. If you have a losing record, you still can make the playoffs and potentially make a run for the money. You just got to have the stones to make the big move.
True, guys. Stick in there. I know the bad division is really bad. They have 4 fewer wins than the good division. So, I mean, here's your chance. If you're in the bad division, if you get a win against someone in the good division, chances are the rest of the good division is going to whoop on the bad division.
Speaking of the good division, apparently very good this year. They have several more wins than the bad division. What was it, 4 or 5 more victories?
4 victories. Oh, yeah, and the Eliminator last week. Sorry I don't have the board, but not to rub insult to injury, Steeler Mac 1 was eliminated last week.
What a tough week for Steeler.
I mean, first losing by 2 points, but to be eliminated from the Eliminator by 2 points also, that's tough.
Well, sorry guys, that's my agent there. We're gonna have to jump off. We got to get back in the studio and work on recording this next hit single. But thank you for having me on the show today, Jeff. Commissioner Mayor, really appreciate it. And 15th year of the league, what can you say? Indy Quest is really the cream of the crop of fantasy football leagues. Been proud to be a part of today's presentation.
Well, thank you, Bassassin. We love having you. And guys, next week, with the help of the Bassassin and his agent, we are trying to line up an epic co-host next week. It's in the works. Yeah. We just got to get the agents to talk together. So hopefully we get it done.
I understand the deal has been reached. You can look for a very special co-host next week. And I'm certainly looking forward to seeing that video.
Right on. Well, good luck, everyone.
See you guys. Thanks.